All right, and welcome back. JT here, and I'm in the record room for another Thrift Store Finds Monday. Good to be back. Really excited about the records today. Sean's back in school. So yesterday, we went up to Virginia City, Nevada. That's at about 6,200 foot elevation. That's the same elevation that the lake level of Lake Tahoe is at. And it's, it's an old ghost town, but there are a lot of ghost towns in the state of Nevada and in the Wild West. And, Virginia City's a very commercial ghost town, but I did have a chance to thrift a bit. There was a secondhand antique store / thrift store up there. And I briefly met the people while I was thrifting in Reno and Sparks, Nevada. So I kind of searched them out. And so this is what they had some records in the back, and this is what I flipped through. Man, I found some records here in Virginia City, Nevada. This is the old ghost town, pretty much a tourist trap, but this is where Mark Twain lived and the big gold rush during the 1870s. Let's see what they have. This is an antique store. Michael Franks. Betty Swan, friends of Chris Christopherson, Jerry Jeff Walker. There's a Ktel. What is this? Ktel TU235. Pet Clark. I might go back and look at some of these again. The David Rosa Stripper, Sanford Townsend Band, maybe. Well, Clark Terry. And, I didn't get any of those records at all because that Ventures album just wasn't in very good shape. And the Ktel, they just wanted too much money for it. And it was mint condition, but I passed on that. But in the front of the store, they had 7-inch guys. And I'm really, really excited about this. So let me just go right ahead and get with it and show you. And there was a Tina Turner, very, very nice, 7-inch. And these were $1.50. There were some sleeves with that did not have the records, but the sleeves are in perfect condition. Typical male from the great Tina Turner. Then there was a Howard Jones, and I really learned to appreciate Howard Jones in San Diego when I moved there in '99 when I was playing in the band. And the chef at the restaurant at California Cuisine would play Howard Jones. That was his favorite performer, and really good stuff. Howard Jones is fantastic. So this Howard Jones, You Know I Love You, Don't You? And this is on Electra. Nice picture sleeve. And this Eddie Grant, Eddie Grant. This is from Romancing the Stone. Nice one to have. This is on Portrait for Eddie Grant, the back cover. Now these sleeves, this is a perfect Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. I Hate Myself for Loving You. Perfect. No record. But this is what's really cool is I have this one that the sleeve is not in the best of shape. So that's going to be going on this Joan Jett 7-inch sleeve and record. So that was a nice score. And Rick Ocasek from the Cars, I imagine right when he went solo, no record. So he sold these to me for about $1. No, it was $1. Nice shoes, huh? The great Rick Ocasek from the Cars. Now this one was great. Love Shack. B-52s. Love this sleeve. And I'll be tucking these away. And then the last one, Love for Sale, Talking Heads. Very, very cool to have this one. There we go. So I usually don't find nice picture sleeves at thrift stores, but that was fantastic. And then the only other record that I got up there in Virginia City was Moon Mulligan. Now, old-timey country / rockabilly, and I was really excited to get this one. I did pay a couple bucks for it. Why I like it, this is on Hilltop, never been played, is I did a rockabilly. I showed some rockabilly records, and I love rockabilly. Duane Eddy, Eddie Cochran, all those guys. But Moon Mulligan, you know, is, you know, that old-timey. I'd love to find them on old 45s for sure. And this is on Hilltop. And this is just a beautiful condition. I mean, really, it looks like it's never been played. So, Moon Mulligan. And next, these records were, so those are very recent. That was yesterday. Now, these records I'm going to show, these were 25 cents, right? 25 cents. And it's a thrift store that's on 4th Street in downtown Reno, Nevada. And I went in there, and they were moldy. I mean, this is truly in the wild. You know, when you approach records that have mold issues and stuff like that, you dig. You're very careful not to, you know, unsettle all the dust, you know, because it's just gonna mess you up. But these records were there. I cleaned them up. And some are very, very clean. And I found Cat Stevens, Buddha and the Chocolate Box for 25 cents. So I'm glad to have this. I love Cat Stevens. Always have. Very, very cool. And the artwork on this is just awesome for this later Cat Stevens record. And there's the inner on that. And I like that label. Bamboo on A&M. And then from Imperial Records, there's this comp. And this is a white label promo. Again, all 25 cents. And, you know, of course, Johnny Rivers is on Imperial, and you have Tom Dooley, Johnny Rivers performing that. You have the OJs. Let me show you the songs on the back here so you can really see. And a white label promo for this. And then this is from the Musician's Guide, another white label promo for 25 cents from the early 80s. You have Rit on here, Lee Ritenour. You have Charlie Parker. Just, I mean, fantastic. So many great performers. John McLaughlin. Freddie Hubbard, Eric Gale, Red Rodney, and his son is Mark Rodney from Bad Orphan Rodney. They came out of Las Vegas and got signed by Ahmet Ertegun. They're very similar to America, an acoustic duo, you know, folk rock, acoustic folk rock from the right around 1970. Yeah, that's his dad. Red Rodney played with Charlie Parker. Red Rodney, a great, great trumpet player, if you remember that, Jazz Lovers. So very, very nice to have mint condition on the vinyl, and the jacket's in nice shape too. Now here's a fella that discovered Gene Clark. I believe it was in St. Louis, Randy Sparks. And this was sealed. It had mold all over it, all over the plastic. I peeled it off, The record was fine. The vinyl is perfect. But Randy Sparks discovered Gene Clark. And as the story goes, that he saw this tall, handsome guy singing his lungs out, and brought him into the new Christie Minstrels. And then, you know, it's all history from there. You know, Gene traveled on to LA, met Roger and David Crosby, and formed the Byrds. Yeah, so Randy Sparks, and this is a later album, of course, after all of his work with new Christie Minstrels. So this is, I believe, from the early 70s. American Gramophone. I don't think I've ever seen that, or I probably maybe have one record. Now here, for 25 cents, is the great 1975 pop single Sky High from Jigsaw. We blown it all sky high. That one, right? Yeah, so, you know, I watched this. You got to watch it on YouTube. I had forgotten what a great 70s pop single Sky High is. Just fantastic. Please watch it on YouTube, stream it. Now, just a couple more that were 25 cents. I've never had Jaws on the soundtrack, and I've been thinking about it. People have been talking about Jaws on the soundtrack, and I've got it. Just really, really nice. You can see I'm excited about it because I can't talk. Yeah, so Jaws, and the vinyl is in great shape. Dun, 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 right? And so the vinyl is on MCA. And then I'd never had this on vinyl, and that's the Godfather. Pretty cool. Nice to add this to all my soundtracks, and I'm amassing quite the soundtrack collection on vinyl. I have a ton of soundtracks on CD, but this is just great. The great Marlon Brando is Don Corleone. And Godfather 2 was filmed at Lake Tahoe in Incline Village. And when they put the cement bricks on Fredo out on the lake, that was Crystal Bay. And that average depth of that bay is 1,000 foot deep. It's just, Lake Tahoe is 1,600 feet deep. So a lot of the filming was at Lake Tahoe, and I was living there during the filming. I could have even had extra work, but I didn't do it. I was busy skiing and working. So there's the Godfather. And yeah, it was really a big deal when they were filming Godfather 2 up at Lake Tahoe. So now I wanted to show something. I received a VCLT from PC31. That's Mike from the UK. And he sent, I was just surprised. I didn't know who it was from. I thought it was from TCAT, from Mike up in Canada. But I messaged Mike in the UK, and he says, no, that was from me. And he sent me, guys, this is just so great. Really, really great. He sent me a band that I just passed by. I don't know how I passed by Gang of Four. I mean, because I love the Specials. I love the Clash. And I wanted to show some records because I'm going to dive into Gang of Four, definitely. And Mike says, he says, hi, JT, this is my personal favorite Gang of Four album. It's the one that got me into them way back in the early 80s. Hope you enjoy this VCLT, Mike. And I so appreciate it because, I mean, this is what's great about discovering music and how you bypass some bands. I mean, I love this. This is my new favorite old band. This is so cool. And I'm so excited about getting Songs of the Free, Gang of Four, that I went ahead and bought Solid Gold, Gang of Four, and Gang of Four Entertainment. Right? I had to do it because now the album that Mike sent me has two brothers. Well, a brother and a sister, maybe. Yeah, whatever. But thank you again, Mike, so much for that. And yeah, I've set up my Fluence RT85 turntable, so I'm ready to roll. And So a few records I want to show that, you know, Gang of Four, I'm just excited about it because, you know, they're so much like other bands, but they're unique to their own. And, you know, they're a lot like The Clash. And now I'm going to show 4 records that these are all thrift store scores that I feel that are very much like Gang of Four, or somewhat like, or influenced by, or that Gang of Four listened to. And here we have The Clash. This is the US copy. I paid $1.50 for this one. This was just a great find. And I find the Gang of Four is really somewhat like The Clash. They're a lot like Wire. And I don't have any Wire on vinyl. I do have 154 coming in the mail. And then, clearly, I feel that Gang of Four was influenced by Dr. Feelgood. Pub rock from the UK. Great album. I paid all of 50 cents for this a number of years ago. And it's my only Dr. Feelgood record, or on vinyl, that is. So, and here's the songs for Dr. Feelgood. This might even be a white label promo. No, it's not. It's on the red Columbia. But I love having that one. And then clearly, you know, I don't know the band members of Gang of Four, and I'm going to find out. I don't know their names right now. But the singer, you know, has that David Byrne thing going on. And clearly, I feel that they love and were influenced by the Talking Heads. And yeah, I found this one on the cheap, $1.50 for this one about a year ago. So now this record, this is cool. When I found this at a thrift store, it's like, what are the specials doing in a thrift store? This is my favorite specials record. I mean, A Message to You, Rudy, Doesn't Make It All Right is my favorite specials song. And, you know, I feel that Gang of Four is really somewhat like the Specials. And there are the Specials on the label, and the wax is in great condition. And then I'm sure that Gang of Four listened to X. And I was in Carson City when I found this Los Angeles record. I paid $1 for this. So cool. And, you know, I feel the Gang of Four is also an awful lot like Television. They took a lot from Television. But again, I have to say they're just totally unique band, all to themselves. I mean, Girls Against Boys, I wrote stuff down. You know, Joy Division, Suicide, Fear, Meat Puppets, who am I missing? Mission of Burma, The Fall, PIL, who else? I mean, Stiff Little Fingers, I can't forget. You know, all of these bands. Oh, Velvet Underground. Well, guys, that's all I have today. And I'll see you on the next video. And you're going to notice that, you know, I put trains out here. I was very pleased to make that video that I just dropped on Sunday with trains and album covers with trains on them. So I'll see you soon on the next one. Cheers.